Hey guys, hey, how you guys are doing? Is you guys doing? Yeah, still doing, still good. Um, Today will be a week that I've been on my new medication. It will be 3 weeks before I tell you whether or not what it is, um, because that's the next time I go see my psychiatrist. So I know everybody's kind of like, "What are you taking?" We'll see. Um, I don't like I'm taking you know how you kind of have to work up to like a certain amount. Well, now I'm taking another dose that's higher than the dose I was taking, so we'll see. We'll definitely see. I just got back from the gym a little while ago. Jody came and joined me, and I did a 1 hour spin class. I didn't just do a spin class, I did a 1 hour like high interval, high resistance, hills and valleys, and like hills and road type thing. And every time she told us to stand up, I stood up. Every time. Actually, I stood up more than that because like a lot of times she was like, you choose how far you want to go, how fast you go, like how much resistance. And there was one point I had turned the resistance all the way up and was still able to pedal. It was more like trekking through mud. Like that's how tight the thing was. But we did an hour. Jody did amazing, amazing, amazing. She didn't stop. She didn't die. Like, she kept pedaling the whole time. She got up. She just did amazing. I was so proud. Because as I've told you guys before, like it's just a matter of trying something. And if you don't like it the first time or it hurts you the first time, you can always revisit it later. And just I was telling her on the way home, I was like, I don't expect anybody to do what I do. I don't expect anybody to be, you know, balls to the walls if you don't want to. Like the only thing I ask is that if you're gonna come with me to the gym, is that we try. And if it's not good enough, like if if it hurts or it doesn't, you just don't like it, then we can modify it into something else. Because there's a lot of stuff like squats. I have to do a box squat. Like there's a lot of stuff that I have to modify for my hip and my lower back and some of my joint issues. But it's okay to modify them. We did some weights in the pool, which were really awesome. Some resistance weights. I'm going to end up having to buy my own because the ones that they have at the gym just aren't enough. So I think what I need to do is I get the webbed gloves, where you do the resistance that way, because like I said, the little weights that you could put down, even though I did the like as high as it would go, like I can't think of the word for it because I'm tart. Um, the biggest ones, I guess I could say. Even though I did the biggest ones, it wasn't enough. Like I didn't really feel the resistance, and I'm glad for that because that means that I'm building more muscle, and I appreciate that. But that doesn't mean that I take it easy on myself. I still push, and I still I do more reps of it. I do faster, harder, like that kind of thing. I didn't have time to do as much as I wanted to today, but going back again tomorrow, and I think we're probably going to do like the arc trainer, because I'm kind of tired of the damn elliptical. I really like the arc trainer. I like to do legs, and I like to do weights. And I know people are like, but da, da, da. You do you, boo boo. I'ma do me. You do you. I'ma do me. I know what I like, and I know what feels good to me, and I particularly like to have a little bit of warm up with some cardio, and then like either go do stretches or do some weights or work on the back, work on the legs, the hips, the arms, whatever I want to work on that day. Even if it's just doing laps in the pool. So I mean, it's I like to do what I like to do, and it changes every day. Whatever I'm doing, it always, I don't do the same thing every day. I like to mix it up. But going at 5 o'clock is very hard because everybody and their grandma is there. They had the spin class was going, and then they had like I want to say it was like kickboxing in the other room, and then as we were leaving that to go to the pool, they had like a, I guess kind of like a HIIT, high interval something training. They were doing one of those, which I am tempted. I am tempted to try one day. But I just don't like going there with that many people. It gives me anxiety. It gives me anxiety because there's so many people. There's just so much shit to deal with, and like everybody's waiting on machines, and I'm just like And, but the pool was nice because there wasn't that many people in it, and I was like, don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. So today, for breakfast, I had salami and cheese. I had a gigantic handful of spring mix. I mean, like, when I tell you that it's a heaping handful, like a ridiculous amount of spring mix. And a little bit of carrots and hummus. So that was breakfast. Remember, I'm still on Korea time. So for some of you that don't watch my videos that often, or you're kind of new to it or whatever, I kind of sleep and wake up and work around my significant other's schedule, because it's still in South Korea, and I'll be going back there in probably the beginning of August or the end of July, whenever I can get there. And then I'm going to stay till the beginning of October, because the beginning of October I have to be back and start figuring out where we're going to live and what we're going to do. Blah, 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 blah. So that's another conversation for another day, because I'm not in the mood for that one. So that's what I had for breakfast. And then I had 2 pieces of chicken, which is just protein. And then I went to the gym. And then I came home, and we had made pot roast the other day. So I had a big plate of pot roast, not a big plate, but like probably about 5 ounces of pot roast and some mushrooms. And then I made keto cheesecake. Now, I have a recipe for keto cheesecake. You can kind of just type in my videos and find it. Like, I specifically make it just like that. Exactly the same, except I didn't use any nuts this time at all. I just didn't particularly care for the walnuts, so I just made it by itself. And then I made chia seed and hemp seed pudding. Which you can look on my Instagram or Facebook, and you can see everything I put in it, and then I just kind of eyeballed everything, because I've made it so many times. And I don't know what I'll have for dinner later tonight. I've been drinking a lot of water, been taking a lot of vitamins, just doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm just really excited. I feel healthy. Like, I feel, even though, like, the distal is really... The distal can be really annoying for some people because of the description box issues down below. The gas, the bloating, the diarrhea, that kind of stuff. A lot of people would find that, and be turned off by that. Not that you know what I'm saying, though. Not turned on by diarrhea, but ew. What? No. So it's just part of my life now. Like, that's just part of my life. Just like taking all the medication that I have to take is just part of my life now. Going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week is a part of my life now. It's just making small changes in order to be happy. And this makes me happy. Working out, knowing that when me and my baby are together, we're able to work out together, is a gigantic deal for me. So if I can get myself strong and healthy and leaner, but build more muscle, that's what I'm ultimately looking forward to, is that I want to be able to, kind of get in there and get, So I enjoy that. It makes me happy, and it's really nice to have somebody who is willing to be pushed and willing to try, because I have been to the gym with people who just had a lot of excuses, and I used to be one of those people, so I understand that completely. Like, I used to be scared of everything and didn't want to try anything because, I have issues with my body, or I didn't like people looking at me, or I was just too scared to try it. So it's really nice to have somebody who's willing to try everything that I do, and she gives it her all, and she's just a badass and knows love her. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, wherever the hell you guys are in the world. So I love your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I will probably talk to you again tomorrow. I will be going to the gym at the same time. So I think we're going to do some arc trainer and then just head directly to the pool, because I have a whole bunch of like weight stuff and some fun running and intermittent stuff that I can do. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.